Here.
Mary Gatlin,
Here.
Jimmy Gonzalez.
Yes.
Okay, before we get started, I'd like to introduce our newest member, Mary Gatlin. So, she's been before us before. She understands what we do here. Okay, first order of business be approval of the minutes for October 1st, 2019. Is
So moved.
there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, item number one, Andrew Beliveau, GPAC requests use of Gowdy Park for its annual fundraiser, Sunday, July 12th, 2020, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Is there anybody here from,
Yes.
So my name is Lynn DPW. I'm here tonight to request Gowdy Park for the use of my charity fundraiser. I started called the Gastroparesis Pie Face Challenge. I started the challenge to raise awareness for a condition I have called gastroparesis, which is the paralyzation of the stomach, meaning I cannot eat, digest, or absorb nutrients. It affects 5 million Americans on a daily basis, and as part of the challenge, you smash pies in your face, and I've been fortunate enough to receive support from several prominent people within the Massachusetts region, including some athletes from the Red Sox and New England Patriots, and along with Miss Sue Carroll, who's not up there today, but I know she works alongside with you guys, and I'm just continuing to work in increasing awareness. The past few years, the community has been kind enough to grant me access to Gowdy Park, and we've seen attendance numbers increase from 60 people the first year to 80 people last year, and also in donations received from 1,000 to about a little over 1,400, close to 1,500 last year. So I appreciate your consideration and hope that you can help me continue my journey in raising awareness.
did you do this last year?
Yes.
That's what I thought. I thought I remembered this.
June 30th we did that last year.
Okay, so what's the date this year is July 12th is your date that you want to go for. And these are, is there a rain date for that? You gonna do a rain date or?
No. Yeah, but I know there's 3 Sundays on here, so.
So the 12th, the 19th, and the 26th.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He usually
Okay.
works it out with Wyoma Little League. So raising for the 3 days.
Okay. Any questions, or if not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Good luck. Sounds like a great event.
Want to remind everyone here tonight that we're approving all these events through June 30th because there's being a fee structure considered for use of our park. So I think you were all given that in correspondence, so just so you're aware. Bear with us on that. Okay. How do I say that?
Estacchio.
Eusakio?
Thank you.
Juarez. Marcanay Soccer requests use of Tech Field for soccer Sundays, April 5th through August 15th. An additional request is for Sunday, September 13th, 2020 for a one-day tournament. How are you?
Good.
This is, you've done this every year, right? This is, and everything's fine with this going down there, Lisa?
Yes.
April, no problems at all? Now, we're getting insurance for everybody, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Has there been any uptick in the required insurance yet for, the law department hasn't really given us anything on that?
No, they have not said anything but an increase.
Okay. Does the board have any questions?
Nope.
Somebody wanna make a motion then?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? All in
Nope.
favor?
Aye.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Bob Tina, how are you?
I'm good, Steve.
Pink Angels request to use Linwoods for their annual walk-run race, Saturday, October 24th, 2020, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Bob, you've had discussion with the park ranger, he knows what you're doing, but at some point you'll talk it over with him just to make sure there's no other events.
Probably are,
No, I know you've done it a number of years. Yep.
we're looking for October 24th.
Any questions?
I'm not familiar with your walk run with the Pink Angels. Can you just tell us a little bit about that for those of us that are new
Sure,
to the board?
sure. So the Pink Angels is a Lynn-based organization, and we raise money for breast cancer. And this is one of our primary events, which to walk, run, race in Lynn Woods, as it says, so.
How many miles?
I don't know how long the course is, I've never been involved in that part of it, but, yeah, I don't know.
I
We
wish
have
you-
about 250 people that attend, so it's a good size event.
That's great.
You normally do it from the Great Woods entrance?
Correct.
And all on trail, I assume, right?
Correct.
Any further questions? I'll entertain a motion.
A motion?
Okay,
Second.
okay. No further questions, right? Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Last year, we had the state police come in their pink cruiser.
Oh,
Wow.
that's great.
Yeah, state police, breast cancer.
Yeah, great.
And the officer even had a pink patch.
Wow.
Oh,
So,
okay.
it was kinda cool.
Yeah.
About 4 million pictures taken with the, front of the state police vehicle.
Great, so you just chat with the park ranger, just,
I will.
see what he does. You guys have done that before, so no problem.
Just out of curiosity, how much money have you raised over the years?
Over the years, millions. I don't know how many millions, but, we're talking 25, 30 years, so.
That's great.
Yeah, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you for what you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
How long you been doing the race, Bob? How long is it?
12,
Yeah, I've been member.
13, 12, 13 years.
And is all your fundraising based in this geography here, or you do it
Correct.
other places all around Lynn, huh?
Around here, yeah. So.
What other kind of things do you do for fundraising?
Have some game nights. We do some crafts, show things. We just solicit donations.
Great.
It varies.
Yeah, well, be proud of what you do. It's a good cause.
Thank you. Where you're not approving anything,
Well, we're approving it. There just may be a fee structure.
Okay.
That we're anticipating, but.
oh, it's going down. Great.
There's
Thank
never-
you.
There's never been any.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
Bob,
you.
take care. Okay, number 4, Nicole McLean, North Shore Juneteenth Association requests use of Lynn Common for its annual community celebration.
I don't see her here.
I think last year they had the event scheduled for Lynn Commons, and then they moved it over to Lynn Tech.
That was 2 years
Was it
ago.
2 years
Yeah, it
ago?
was
2018. They
Yeah.
had bad weather the day of the festival.
Yeah,
So,
she's not here.
When's
She
the
came
date,
into the office in person with this,
when's the date for this? June 20th?
June 20th.
Which is in the
Prior to-
the range of when
Yeah.
Juneteenth is celebrated.
Okay, wonderful. Hold off for a second, see if she comes in.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's go to number 5. Valentine Maldonado, U.S. Latin Soccer League requests to use Barry Park Field for soccer. Sundays, April 5th to August 15th. Additional request for Sunday, October 26th for a one-day championship. How are you?
Good.
Good, what's going on? This is your usual time, right? This,
Yeah, we have been doing this for the last 20 years.
20 years, wow.
Yeah. Like to keep the,
Yeah.
and good environmental, all the
Yeah.
kids and adults.
About 180 players, huh?
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
that's great.
And you're bringing porta potties down there?
Yes, we got 2 per product.
What, do they stay there for the season, or do
we
we?
stay for the season, yes,
Yeah.
but we ask that you lock them this year.
Yes.
Make sure you lock them after
Yeah,
your
because
event and secure them to the
this
fence.
year, was a lot of vandalism there. Two times they fire and destroy.
Is this your first year at Barry Park?
No, that's.
No, okay, I saw the tech field here
Yeah, he, in past, he was at Tech.
at Tech Field.
Yeah.
We worked that
Yeah,
out.
we have been
Magnolia.
Magnolia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How's it been working out for you at Barry Park?
Good. Yeah, but the field is better. Better
Mhm.
conditions.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's talk they're gonna do some renovation down that park. I don't know when that'll happen, but, you know. What's the wish of the board?
Motion to approve?
Is there a second?
Second?
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, you just gotta keep these ladies happy, you know that. Okay. Okay, number 6, Edwin Mendez Iglesia Cristiana Torrente, and I gotta practice my Spanish. Request use of the Lynn Commons for community outreach, Monday, July 26th, the 6th, July 6th, to Saturday, July 11th. Is that inclusive?
That's the one you changed,
The
right?
dates
The
changed.
dates
Yeah, this
changed.
one-
Yeah, the dates changed, that's when the one I told you, to June, the June dates from.
Oh, that's the 26th to the 20, the,
22nd
To the 27th.
27th.
Okay.
Magnolia Park.
And then Magnolia was the location.
okay. Can you tell us a little bit about what this is all about?
Yeah, so there's two events there. One is at the Lynn Commons and one is at Magnolia Park. The one at Magnolia Park is the 20th. That's a fundraiser that we started last year. It was a walkathon that we did at Lynn Woods, and we're moving it over to Magnolia Park now for our low-powered FM radio station in the community. So we do a fundraiser every year. We started last year with a walkathon. It went really well, so we decided to do it again this year. But now changing venues. Since a lot of people got lost, going to Lynn Woods instead of going through the Pennybrook Road side, they ended up on the other side, and it was just a big confusion, so GPS sent them one way. And so we're trying to kind of solve that traffic problem.
Nobody wanted them to go over all them dirt roads from
Yeah, so we're requesting that it be at Magnolia Park on the 20th of June. And then the second event is, we do this yearly, it's a youth outreach. It's Monday through Saturday at the Lynn Commons. We've done it for about 13 years now. So we've had a very positive response with youth outreach in the community. We reach out to young men and young women in addiction and alcoholism, and try to reach out to them with a positive influence.
Now, the common, do you need somebody down there? They need people there, or no, they don't?
So it's a pretty low-key event. We usually get about 30 or 40 people to show up, so we do some live acting and some music, and
Great.
all
That's great.
local kids.
That's great.
What's the board's wish?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Okay, good luck. Joel Machado, New England Youth Tackle Football, request use of Barry Park, Keeney Park, and McManus Field.
Good evening, everyone.
How are you? Good evening.
Good, great. First and foremost, I want to congratulate you guys for the work you guys been doing in managing the resources in the city. Every year that we continue to operate, we learn something new. And the one thing that we're taking away from last year into this year is that no matter how big our heart is and how much good we want to do for all of our youth, there's always going to be situations and constraints that we have to play into and understand. So I want to say that thank you for you guys for managing the resources. Our first year we had around 400 plus kids, all from Lynn. Year 2, we went upwards of 600. Year 3, we're looking at 1,200 throughout the whole entire area. Now, with some of the constraints and issues with the parks and everything that's going on, we have had to kind of dial back a little bit in the Lynn area in order to accommodate for the changes, the work that's supposed to be done at Lynn Tech and things like that. But we hope that by next year we'll be able to bring those teams back and open it up back for more Lynn kids to participate in our sports. This year, for this upcoming year, we're gonna get started in March 7th. Our season end date is July 1st, but the actual last game of the season is going to be around June 22nd. We just wanna give us that little room for changes. This year, we're requesting Barry and Keeney. We understand what's going on with Lynn Tech. The board is fully aware. So we're trying not to plan on using that, but with the skyrocket, the cost of things, we yet don't have a solid plan on how to stay there other than moving the teams that were out of there in order to free up that park so that we're not affected by any changes. Other than that, gratefully request that our permits be granted this year.
Did you use these 3 locations last year? Or?
Yes, it was instrumental, especially Lynn Tech. We went back and we had the 2 football fields side by side. We had to get a little creative with the crowd control because we just had so many teams playing. And we don't want parents running into the field, but it all worked out beautifully. And then the other fields were used for practice, mainly. We made some great new friends with the other leagues, especially at Tech, with the soccer league, and then at Kearney with the baseball league. Soccer, yeah. And we got along great, you know. Just like we said from the beginning, we're a community partner. We're not here to compete for resources. We're here to come to the community, help everybody be great because everybody's doing good work. We can't compete with each other. We all trying to do positive. So we have to uplift each other to continue to do that positive, you know.
I think you need to bring that message to the White House.
I should, you know. You know, but this year is going to be a great year. And finally, we're coming to a place where coaches understand that it's not just about football. It's that we have to let the kids go and play baseball. And we have to let the kids go and do what the kids are gonna do. You know, and if they come to our program, that is great, but we have to be encouraging enough to let them participate in other things and let the kids be kids. So that's something that's beginning to show, and now we're adding what we call it we actually copied this from JetBlue. We call it the parent experience now. Where we try not to make practices difficult for parents, not to make things as easier as possible for parents, because happy parents are gonna bring those kids back to the league. So, that is a great thing. So.
Any questions from the board?
So you have about 300 players. That's what you're anticipating for this year.
Out of Lynn, this year we're going to have somewhere in between 180 to 200.
Okay, great.
In that range, because we eliminated 2 teams.
Mm-hmm.
We had other issues, and it just all happened to work out. But the teams that were practicing at Tech, with the issue with the field and everything, we cut back. Now we're hoping that once all the work is done, maybe we're able to bring it in, because we can certainly meet the numbers. We know
Sure.
we can meet the numbers in Lynn.
So you were hoping that your total number of players from Lynn and outside of Lynn continues to grow.
Oh, yeah,
It's
that
not as though
number,
300.
yes.
It's not as though 300 is kind of where you want to
So
keep it.
league-wide this year, we will have 1,200
Wow.
players. From something that started here in Lynn, with a lot of hard work from our coaches. It has just spread out through New England. And we have a total of 12 teams throughout New England. And we have another 10 on waiting list.
Wow.
That we have said, we can't fit you in. It's just a little too much right now. So it just continues to grow, and the more the league is going on, and when we keep standing on our principles, the more our people begin to understand our principles. Mm-hmm. And within that same principle, it changes the game itself. And for that, we're very proud of the work we're doing.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Seems like you're building a really successful
Thank you.
program.
We're hoping, with everything that's going on with the youth bill and everything else, change needed to happen. Change just, it wasn't an option, it was a must. And I think we're driving that change, our narrative and the things that we do different. A lot of leagues question it, why you do it that way, because your way hasn't worked for a long time. Now we're fighting a bill to ban the sport. So, that is where we stand right now, so.
Great.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
Second?
Okay, any further discussion or questions or anybody? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you, guys, appreciate
Okay.
it. It's-
you'll have to be flexible on some of the dates with things going on,
Absolutely.
but I know you guys can do that, so.
Yes, absolutely, everyone is already on board with the dates. April knows where to find me.
She's not
We're
here.
here to play with everybody.
Doesn't come in.
We play nice. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Joe.
Okay. Number 8, David Betts, Betts Memorial Fundraiser, request use of Keeney Park for a softball tournament, Saturday, June 13th, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., with a rain date of June 14th. How are you?
Good, how are you guys?
Good. What can you tell us about your event?
This will be the third year. It's in honor of Mr. Betts, my uncle. His son, David, he passed away from suicide, so we raise suicide awareness. He loved softball, so figured let's have a softball tournament. Last year we had 16 teams. We're looking to use all 4 of the 2 baseball fields and the 2 softball fields this year. Last year we had probably about 200 more people come than the first year. We had about 8 police departments from the state police, the Revere Police, Saugus, all around. They came and played, did a paint night at Tony's. We had another fundraiser at the Lazy Dog to help raise some money. That we have a scholarship fund in David's name. Last year we gave it to a student in English. It was around $7,000.
Wow.
So he took that with him to for a criminal justice degree. So
Great.
just looking to keep it going every year.
I think it's nice because a lot of times, a lot of organizations, they give out little small scholarships, and I'm sure
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah, but we've been really lucky with the donations that we get for the fundraisers that we have. We've got Tom Brady signed helmet, Paul Pierce jersey, so a lot of people were in on those raffles, so I mean,
Great.
very fortunate with what we've had and the help of people.
Great. The space, is there enough for all 4 fields for,
Yes.
so there's nothing else going on?
No, and they're aware that no one else is using the field that day besides them.
Okay.
Working there.
Any more questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay. No further discussion, all in favor? Okay,
Thank
good
you.
luck, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Felix Martinez, Los
Who's that?
Patriots,
Ladies and
softball,
gentlemen.
how are you?
Same as every year,
Same as every year?
Yeah, softball during the summertime, there are about 85 guys. We play for 3 months, and we're gonna do it again this year.
How many did you say
I-
there were?
I'm sorry,
Do you say how many?
how many players?
Yeah, players.
About 80.
Okay.
80. I just wanna say, a tremendous job that this guy doing with the kids, because we play in the same field,
Yep.
and I think, it's huge in the responsibility. It's like, those kids, they look like worms, right in the middle of summertime. So, you guys doing a good job.
Yeah.
So I'm working with young adult softball, and this is gonna be our 4th year with the league. So it's every year, we just bring people to have fun at the field and make sure that everything goes well. And it's been no issues.
Anybody got any questions?
No, seems pretty straightforward to me.
Yeah. Okay, someone gonna make a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay, no more questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Well, I thought for you to say aye.
Cause I'm not a board, I'm not a commissioner.
Oh, I see.
We have strict rules here.
Thank you.
Thanks, Felix.
Thank you.
Okay, Pedro Morales, North Shore Cougars request Keeney Park for baseball.
He was
April
not coming.
Right, I understand. Pedro has done a fabulous job with the field down there. He puts in a lot of his own sweat and equity, and he does a great job down there.
Motion.
Motion?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Barbanet, Carmen New Year, request use of Lynn Commons for their annual
What's
festival.
going on?
How are you?
Good. My name is Johnson. On behalf of Ghana organization, we have a Cambodian New Year festival every year in April. This year we're requesting for April 25th. We usually get about 5,000 people annually. We do work with detail officers, DPW. We celebrate with arts, performance, music, food, and we do work with the high schools from Asian American clubs. So we're respectfully asking for April 25th this year.
I I remember seeing it last year, it was beautiful.
Oh, thank you very
Really
much.
well done.
I think I've attended every year for the last 8 or 9 years. And you truly do an amazing job.
Thank you so
It's
much.
one of the best community
This year,
celebrations we
the kids
have.
are getting involved more, so it's a good thing. They all love these new dances, so
Yeah.
it's good to work with them and find a platform for them to continue to work every year to perform for the festival.
Are you still going to be the MC?
Yes.
Good, because that'd be a deal breaker
They said the MC
for me.
today.
Any questions?
I motion.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, good luck, keep up the good work. Okay. Okay, number 12, Juan Gonzalez, Borders Magazine, request to use the common for the annual Latino Festival, July 25th. How are you? He's related to you?
Gonzalez, oh, really?
Why don't you tell us about your event?
Well, this is our fourth year with the Latino Festival under my management. I think we are doing a good job with DPW, you know, the city officials, Lynn Police Department, Lynn Health Department. Last year we had about 2,000 people out there. And I'm requesting again for July 25th.
Did you have it on the common last year?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because they've gone back and forth. Wasn't it at Tech a couple of years?
No,
No, it's always-
never.
Always? What am I thinking that was at the common, we moved them down to Tech?
The Hispanic Festival.
Lavos.
No, this was a while ago. Anybody have any questions?
Just a comment, just to kind of echo what I said a few moments ago. It's a great community celebration. I enjoy going. It's been great to see it grow over the years, and you know, you're one of the many groups that I think are really activating the common in a way that's making it a true community space for everybody. So thank you for that one.
And you'll work with the police, you know how to check with them and all that kind of stuff, so you're a pro at this by now, so. Okay, somebody gonna make a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Okay, good luck. Donna Fiera, St.
She's not
Mary's
here.
Church, she's not here?
So this is the one that, they were going back and forth, with Chris Reddy about the procession, if they're actually gonna use the common or not.
Yeah, so we don't know if they're gonna use the common?
No.
Is this the same procession that St. Joseph's has
So
been doing for the last?
So St. Mary's is now taking over the common side of it, and
Okay.
St. Joe's will be walking to Red Rock
Oh,
Well,
interesting.
they're doing,
on
St.
another
Joe's
day.
is doing Palm Sunday
Palm Sunday.
at Red Rock. And Sacred Heart St. Mary's is doing the Good Friday procession.
Do we know what they're going to be doing at the common?
So it'd be the same.
So it'd be stations of the.
Same thing.
Okay.
Same thing.
Does
Same
it,
group of people.
does it make their plans difficult if we table this until they come in and talk about it, or?
I mean, it's the same setup. It's just the same, it's
Oh,
the
this-
same
they've-
people.
they've
It's the
done
same
this before?
people- It's the same people running
Mhm.
the Good Friday procession.
Okay, so you don't see a problem with,
I don't see a problem.
okay.
But they most likely will be doing the route from Sacred Heart to St. Mary's or St. Mary's to Sacred Heart, so.
Yeah.
But basically, they'd be
Yeah.
stopping along the common, much like they do with the walking procession
Yeah.
that typically takes place downtown.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't have an issue with
I mean,
it.
the walking procession is nothing with us, it's,
Yeah.
Right,
this
that's-
is,
Yeah,
this is
just
just the
any
park
walk
use
through,
for us,
yeah.
Yeah,
so.
So
Okay.
Works for me.
yeah.
Someone to make a motion?
So motion.
Okay, second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Attorney Lamanna, he gave us a letter in our package. We currently do not have a lease agreement with the G Athletic Association. And so we're gonna send a letter to them. We're gonna vote to authorize the law department to send this letter. He'll reach out, send this to the president, Thomas Bishop, to start some discussion about how that space will be used. I think most everybody's familiar with it, but it's 3 parcels. The city owns the bulk of the parcel right up the middle where the probably 90% of the playing fields are. So we're gonna be starting some discussion on that. So I guess what I would ask tonight is a motion to request or approve that the law department send this letter to the G Athletic Association. Does anybody have any questions about this letter? Someone wanna make a motion to that effect?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, last but not least, Mr. Murphy, how are you? Yeah. Yeah. So, how'd last year go up there?
Oh, well, we had the construction, as you know, get started and the weather killed us. But they did finish the 10th green on the 10th project. We have a cover on it now.
Yeah.
Trying to give it the greenhouse thing, so we're ready to go in the spring on it. 13th tee is completed. Paving is all completed. It's just the finish work, tying it all in, and they'll be done, so.
When did they finish the 10th? I know they were working on it when?
Actual date,
Was it
right around Thanksgiving, just before.
right around Thanksgiving?
Yeah, we put the cover on it and everything else. It looks real good. Softened it up, the pitch, with a couple of tiers to soften the slope on it. I thought it came out real well. I think it'll be well received by the players. We were, Gannon first, been awarded our first state tournament up there, the State Public Links Tournament. Be held Monday and Tuesday in August, I forget the exact dates. So that's our first state tournament. We've had qualifying tournaments before, but we've never had the actual tournament.
So, can you give us a little bit of background about the state tournament? How does that work?
It's a state, they qualify all over the state, public golf courses, to get into this. And those that, I think it's 70 or 120 players qualify, so then they play a 2-day event at Gannon. And over the weekend, they'll play practice rounds. And, you know, it's a big deal for a public golf course, state public links tournament. So they get a lot of ink and everything else. It's usually held at, you know, the Boston courses, George Wright, or held out in the western part of the state. So this is.
So what qualifies Gannon to be considered?
We've had the we actually had a qualifier last year, and they were very happy with the golf course, the condition of the golf course. My man Pat has been doing a great job up there. So they're real happy with all the conditions and everything else, so they offered us the tournament and we accepted.
Great.
That'll be good for the city.
Well, that's a feather in your cap for up there.
Yeah, it's my 45th year up there, the first state tournament we've had.
And you're still a rookie, so congratulations on that.
Yeah, congratulations. So what else we got? Obviously, I've got a lot of new equipment coming in. Just got a new sweeper and blower that very instrumental in the spring. We have still on top of our list, obviously, is the irrigation system. I've been trying to meet with the Tanto people, their irrigation installer. They did the golf course for me at Hillview, North Reading. And I want to get them up there. I have some of my ideas. It's a very difficult site, as you know, and I want to go over it with an installer, with the equipment that they have, to hopefully help design the system in the best way possible to get the lowest price. My initial, you know, like 10 years ago, I was $1.5 million, and I went up to $2 million. Now I'm afraid 3, you know, so trying to meet with them, get this out to bid. We'll be using that high-density poly pipe. It's like the yellow pipe that they use for gas lines. So that'll last, you know, 100 years. This system is 63. It, you know, when you talk about massive, you know, complete gonzo, it won't do that, but it just constantly bleeds you.
Sure.
Every day, you know, you get a broken pipe here, you get something lets go over here. You know, you have galvanized pipe out there, old swing joints, you have drains that are galvanized. The mainline pipe is a transite. So there's you know, a lot of issues that the guys constantly work with. So I'm going to try to get with them in the spring and then get the fellow to design it so that hopefully we can talk to the city about, you know, getting a bond together for like a $3 million project. It'd be great if we could get it out to bid in June or July.
Have you talked to Commissioner Hall about this? Because we had given him some authorization to seek designs.
So we were authorized to get the designer going on it.
And, so you wanna get the contractor lined up, you know, if you can in July or August to set them up for the fall. Ideal installation time would be October, November, December. This year would have been perfect.
Because of the winter?
Yeah, so, obviously, it's a very difficult site, a lot of different ways of doing it, I just wanna pick this guy's brain.
Sure.
I have my own ideas on it, and, the, designer we've hired, I've already disagreed with him on some certain areas, so I wanna go over it with the actual installer that I think would probably get it, because they seem to get most of the state jobs, and, so, that's high on our priority. Other than that, still hoping to open, March 17th, right around there, and,
So weather stays like this, you won't have any problem?
no, the course is, fabulous condition right now, you never know what happens. That's what we're shooting for. There's really no frost in the ground, so, with the days getting longer and everything else, we're hoping, you know, get it going mid-March and.
Not gonna see any frost this week, that's for sure.
No, so it's pretty amazing.
It is. Anybody else have any questions about Cannon or what goes on up there?
Nope. Lex is still a goose chaser here.
Looks like a real tough guy.
She's blind, but the geese, she has a reputation, and I just put her down on there, and they take off, so.
Yeah,
My
keep us informed, so you've been talking to Andy about the irrigation project and.
He's well aware, you know, I save them all, a lot of nice broken stuff, so we
Yeah.
can see it, you know.
Okay, well, thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Now, we have to go back to number
Number
five.
4.
4, rather, I'm sorry. Should we table that, or what do you wanna do?
Wait,
Yeah,
They've done it there before?
they have, and it's another, it's like the,
Okay.
like
Another
the,
festival.
like the Latino festival and
Yeah.
Khmer New Year, it's an important cultural festival that unfortunately due to weather has been moved inside a couple of times, but they're growing, they're doing more with it. And you know, I obviously during my time at the museum, we worked with the Juneteenth Association quite a bit, and Nicole and her crew do a great job.
Okay, you wanna make that motion?
I so moved.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Is there anything else to come before the commission tonight?
Everything's quiet.
Okay, a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Okay, we stand adjourned.